Web accessibility is not an option anymore. And if you don't know, there is a European Union law that came into effect on June 28, where it states that all websites that are operating in the European Union need to comply to this law. So I will leave a link to it in the description below. And I have covered this before, but I think it's worth mentioning again because this is not an option. So whether you have a business and your website operates in the European Union, or you are a business outside of the European Union that has a website that operates in the European Union, you need to comply. It doesn't matter where your business is from. If you operate as a website online in the European Union, you need to comply with this law. Again, it's not an option. You can incur fines, you can get in trouble. And today we're going to be focusing on that. We're going to have a look at Ally. Ally is a plugin from Elementor. I have covered this before in a previous video. I will leave it linked here in the corner, one of these corners, or in the description below. Check it out, where I am covering this plugin and we're going through some things that you can set up, but they have kind of a major update to it. So let's look at it. And again, please be mindful about what you do or how you build your websites and implement accessibility, because first of all, it's a law that you have to abide by. And also, let's be fair to everyone and let's make the internet accessible to everyone, right? Everyone should have the right to an accessible internet, okay? And if you still don't think that this is something that you should be doing, think about the business side of things, because the more users you have, the more business you will have, right? It makes absolute sense. So let's get into it. All right, before we start the demo, first let's see the pricing on the plugin, okay? So if you go to Elementor, I will leave a link in the description below. If you go to products and you navigate to Ally Web Accessibility, yeah, click on it and go all the way down to pricing here, to the plans, okay? And you can see that you can start for free. It's zero money, $0, €0, okay? And you can test it out. Of course, not everything that is included in the paid plans is included in the free version, obviously, but you can test it out to see if it works for you, how you like it, if you like it, you know, and so on and so forth. And yeah, we're going to be using the popular plan, which is the plus, because we're going to look at the widget usage analytics. That is very interesting, okay? Especially if you are handling a lot of visitors and you want to see how this stacks up, you know, for you. So if you want to find out more about each feature, yeah, I highly recommend hovering over this icon, and you will see that you will be prompted with some more information about that respective feature, okay? So what we're going to do now, we are going to go in the website that we have started building some months ago. It's a landing page we built with GSAP entirely. Everything is GSAP and it's a lot of code, okay? And we did not look into accessibility yet. That was not even a thought, but we have to, right? It is mandatory at this point. And we're going to look at this because it's going to be very interesting. Let's get into this first. Okay, first of all, obviously, how you add Ally. So you go to plugins and add a new plugin, okay? And we're going to be looking for Ally. Here it is. I'm going to install it. I have installed this before on this website just to test it out. So you might see some scans that I did previously, okay? It stays in the memory because the plugin is connected to my account, okay? All right, so I'm gonna activate it. And once activated, it will appear here on the left-hand side of your dashboard right here, yeah? You see it here, and you can click on it. You can also click on it here, but I'm gonna go right here, and you will be prompted to scan the homepage right away. You will see that I already have some scans done already, yeah? But you can do another scan. You can scan any page you want. As you can see here, you can select any URL you want, okay? So we only have one page on this website, yeah? We can rescan the page or we can manage the fixes. So as you can see, there are some things that we need to fix, yeah? Color contrast is fine, okay. There are some open issues But what I want to do is basically do a rescan of this page. And I want you to see how this takes place. And as you see here, you get your assistant right on the right side of your page. Yeah. It's like when you go to inspect the page, you get this, console where you can check for the code. In this case, we are checking for issues to the website. And as you can see, we have still 6 issues that we need to, fix. And you can do a new scan. Let's do it. Let's see if and how this behaves. We're going to go through all the steps so you can really see how it actually works. So the scan takes however long it takes, depending on the size of your website. I assume it makes sense. Yeah. So we still have 6 issues that we have to fix. 0 fixes done so far. All right, so we have listed all these issues here. First, keyboard and assistive technologies. Okay, I don't know what this is exactly. You can hover over the icon right here, and yeah, okay, I get it now. Okay, fine. So if you open up this drop down, you will see the issues. Okay, again, you can hover over the icon here and you can get more information on what the issue is. But you can either skip, mark as resolved, although it's not resolved, still it will appear as an issue when you do a rescan. All right, so let's start with the last part. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the color contrast issues because I feel like these are easier to fix. Okay, so what we have to do is, the issue is that we have the text is a little bit too dark for the background. Okay, we can either change the color of the text or the background. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change the color of the text inside, because the background means that it's the background of the text, and I don't want that because it's not going to look good. So I'm going to go with the text, and as you slide, you see that the contrast level changes and it turns to green once you have reached a reasonable, contrast for your text. I'm going to apply the changes, and it should show us 2 issues left to fix. So again, nice. Okay. Next issue. All right, this is an issue because it's true, it's not really legible. So I'm not going to change the background. I'm going to change the text. So I'm going to slide it again. Oh, it needs to slide quite a lot. And it does make sense. And I'm going to apply the changes. So you understand what I mean, how this works. Yeah. And now it's going to take us to the next problem or not. And we have another issue. Okay, because we're working with GSAP here, it doesn't show for whatever reason, but there is another card that has the same text and color. So let's see. I think here, and apply the changes. So keep in mind, if you are using GSAP for your things, you might not see the elements or all the elements inside here while you're working with Ally. All right. Okay, so the color contrast is fixed. So let's go to page structure and navigation. Okay, so let's see what this is exactly. Content outside the landmarks. What is the issue? Okay, I'm not sure what landmarks are, but it seems that is in, where is it? Okay, but maybe if we go to the page, let's just have a look. So you can scan the URLs from here, yeah, as well. These are different pages that I have added to the website, but just to create a menu, but they don't have anything on it, so we're not going to do that, but you can scan the URLs right from here. So let's go to edit with Elementor. This is our page, and I'm going to go to the first section here, go to additional options, and yeah, maybe we have to enclose this into a main HTML tag, but then we will have to change the section tag from section to main in the code, because if I remember correctly, this is part of it's tagged basically in the code. All right, let's publish. So we can say that this was resolved. I'm going to mark it as resolved. All right, so duplicate navigation labels. All right, so what does this mean actually? let's have a look at an example. Yeah, so the issue. Basically, we have two navigation labels. I wonder where. So how we fix it is basically label one menu primary navigation and the other footer link. The thing is that we don't have a footer, so I'm not sure exactly what the issue here is, but I'm thinking to go to the header. Let's go to the header and let's see what the issue here is. So if I go to the main container, we have the HTML tag as a nav. Okay, maybe I actually have to remove the tag from here. So I'm going to remove it completely and publish this, because since it is an Elementor header, Elementor already adds its own label to it. So then we have two labels, and yes, I assume that that's what it's meant. So these are things that you have to really carefully look into. I'm just demonstrating here quickly, but because otherwise this will take a long time. But these are the issues that you have to look into. And without a plugin like this, you would never know that you have these problems. And imagine having someone come on your website and looking at your navigation and being so confused because there are two navigations. The screen reader says there are two navigations, and it's just too confusing and it doesn't make sense. So I'm going to mark it as resolved as well. And we are good. So far, so good. Okay. So I'm going to go here. I am not sure what the issue is. So I'm going to skip this for now because I don't want to deal with this right now. And I'm not going to mark it as resolved because I want to check it soon. Okay. So you can do this if you don't have the time to check it right away. You can skip for now, but the issue will still show in the backend. So we have fixed 5. It's like 83% stellar, yeah, in terms of accessibility. But yeah, I think this is amazing. This is so helpful. And I really recommend that you guys try this out. So let's go back to our plugin. Yeah, I'm going to go back in the backend of Ally in the settings. So we're going to go a little bit over the settings as well. So we have resolved seven issues. Okay. For whatever reason, it says that we still have open issues 4, which I don't think so. We have scanned one URL and we should be good. I think we can rescan this, but we're not going to go through that again. But just know that, you can do this every time you want to make sure that your website is accessible. Okay. So another cool thing is analytics. So this is, as I said, part of the Plus plan. Yeah. But let me show you. Yeah. So there's no data right now, but you can see here. If you look at, let's say, the last 30 days, 7 days, yesterday, today, whatever, it displays data for the widget opens, features, and most used features. The most used features, I think, is so interesting because you can highlight these features in the app, and I will show you how you can customize it. Okay, you can track how often all your widgets accessibility features are used. Widgets opens, features. Again, you can hover over this icon and you will get more information about it. I will show more data at a later date. We're going to test this out and see how the data is displayed. Now let's go to design. Okay, so you can customize this icon. So it's the icon that you see here. Yeah, currently is blue because it comes by default blue. How do we want it? We want to set this to, I don't know, I think I would go with black because it makes sense with our website. We don't want something that is very intrusive visually, okay? And you can change this corner radius as well if you want to make it a little bit more square or whatever to match your branding, let's say. You can even add a custom icon here. And you can also set it for desktop, mobile. You can hide it on desktop, but I would not recommend. And you can change the position as well. So to the left, to the right. So you can play around with the diagram here. Actually, it's interactive. So wherever you choose to have it, it will appear. So I'm gonna choose to have it here on the center left, okay, just for the purpose of this video, but normally you would have it either bottom left or bottom right. So I'm gonna just leave it here, okay? So we have it set to black, and let's go to capability. First of all, let's save the changes, and then we're gonna go to capabilities to see what we can add to it. Okay, all saved, and all right, let's see what we have. bigger text, bigger line height. I think these two are very important. Yeah, text align, yes, let's leave that. Readable font, yes. Page structure, screen reader, let's turn that on. Sitemap, yeah, I guess we could add that as well. Reading mask, language selector, yes. Hide images, pause animations. It's gonna be sad for this landing page, but some people need not to have animations on websites for different reasons. Highlight links, outline focus, grayscale, and contrast. I would recommend having everything on this accessibility widget on your front end and letting people choose whatever they want to use. Okay, so you can see here that you can change the language as well. So we're gonna go to see how that works. And you can hide the logo of Elementor. You can hide it like that. And you can add here, skip to content to main content. Yeah, let's see what that means. This feature allows visitors with visual assisted tools to skip to the main content of each page they're viewing. So, do you remember previously when we were trying to fix the link and it was telling us that we need to have main label on content for that reason? Okay, we're not going to get into this, but know that you can do that, and probably you should. So main content ID, you can add an ID to, that's what I meant. Okay, now I understand. So we don't change the section, we add an ID to the element. Okay, like you would add for coding, right? And if you hover over, you will see what that means. Okay, so we have everything set. We have removed the Elementor logo. You can leave it on, but I would say don't. It looks a little bit more professional. And I'm gonna save this and it's done. Okay, now we can go on the front end. So I'm going to refresh this page and let's see where it's here currently. Yeah, let's see where it goes. It should be here on this side of the page. All right, it's here. It looks weird, I know. And if you click on it, you get all this. And look at this. I mean, guys, you can change the language of the information in the panel here to whatever you want. So if I change it to French, it's changed to French and it's accessible to French people. Okay. This is really, really great. So I'm going to change it back to English, and you see that we have all the elements that we have added on. I'm not going to go through because there are a lot. I have already a video on this, which again, I will link it in the description below. But you see that we have everything that we wanted. All right. So you can hide the widget. Yeah, you can give this option to people to hide it. So how long do you want to hide accessibility widget? Only for this session, so you don't have to see it again on the website for 24 hours or a week. That's awesome, but I'm not going to hide it. So let's see what the sitemap does. I'm really curious. I think I did not try this last time. Okay, that's cool. All right. This is very cool, actually. And it's so easy to access if you generate this sitemap, if there is a menu that they cannot really like access easily, you know? Anyway, so let's go back to our settings in Li and we can generate a statement. So let's go to the statement. We want a statement, an accessibility statement, okay? We want to have this on the website and mention that we are for accessibility and, you know, we support accessibility, etc., etc. That's your statement that you should have on your website. So if you hover over here, you will see that you create your accessibility statement and page in seconds, reflecting your ongoing commitment to an accessible website. Okay, so I say yes, I need one, and this will be done for you. You just input your company name. Let's say we are, let's just call it GSAP page. But this should be the name of your company, okay? Not the GSAP page or the page of your, let's just put something, GSAP. Nothing comes to mind, okay? The company name, which is this one, all right? Not the best, but you know what I mean? You put your URL and the business email. So I'm gonna put an email that I have here and it's going to create the page for you. So you can actually get this accessibility statement that is going to be created. Got it. Okay, so nice. Now, if I go to the page, let me just refresh this. It's going to be linked here as well on the widget, which is very useful. So let's click on it and Voila, accessibility statement. If I click on it, it's going to take us to the page that was created automatically for us in the backend. But what I recommend, because it's going to look a little bit off brand, is take the text. You see how it looks? Take the text that was generated and create your own page. Okay. So you see, okay. So you see that it says when the statement was created. You can do this maybe every quarter, every 6 months, whatever you want to refresh it. See what it is. Let's go to pages and see. Voila, it's here. Okay, so you can go to edit with Elementor or, simply create a new page. Okay. All right. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Have you tried it? What is your opinion about it? And yes, we have to do this for everyone. I mean, have an accessible website. We have to think more about that. Yes, it's going to be hard if you have a website that has a lot of animations and you want it to be fancy, but honestly, people with accessibility issues don't really care about this. They just want the information. They want to buy from you. They want to give you money. They want to be part of your business. So let them be part of your business by providing them with an accessible website. And really, I think Ally is going to be one of those plugins that we're going to see more of and people will embrace it. And yeah, I think it's pretty good. If you'd like to see what else you can build with Elementor, watch this playlist here or here. And if you have gotten any value out of this video, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. And I'll see you next time.